Rules for thee, not for me. Let me ask you guys a question. How many times now have we seen that KickVic is guilty of things that they accuse other people of? You could say it's self-projection between faking evidence and claiming that we fake things when they actually have been exposed for faking evidence, or defending people who are actually guilty of the things that they are accusing Vic of, whether that's even their family members that they defend, or simply calling Vic's behavior inappropriate while doing way more inappropriate things. These double standards are really ironic, and it's part of those double standards that KickVic is completely falling apart. If you're watching this and you're on KickVic, consider coming over to our side, I Stand With Vic, where we are welcoming of anybody with open arms. Doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on. Doesn't matter how you identify. We accept anybody. We simply fight for truth, for due process, for your rights, for your freedom. And we don't want people to be taken advantage of, abused by these little cabals, Discord servers, little servers where people perform ops and make things up to try to ruin the lives of innocent people. Horrible things that are going on. And luckily, we're taking a stand against such things. Now I'm going to use a Monica Rial saying here. If that crunchy granola talk didn't convince you to come over to our side, well, we also have great memes. Great memes and a good sense of humor. I think you would enjoy your stay. That's all I'll say. Today we are revisiting Professional Contrarian. Yes, how professional she is, the epitome of professionalism in the workplace. Everybody should learn business ethics from Contrarian, because surely this person can do no wrong. At least not when you have double standards and rules for thee, not for me. Then you can do no wrong, even if you actually do wrong. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Brings us to today's story, starting with this post here that reads, remember folks, Professional Contrarian, aka Montello, is the same person who wanted to boycott TechoCon and got Vic kicked from Liberty City Comic Con. Now this is referencing a story I covered about a month ago. I can't believe it's been about a month already, but it has been about a month since the TechoCon accusations came out. This same person, if you don't know that story, this same person we're covering today, hit up TechoCon and was trying to put them on blast for a number of allegations that they had brought to the table. And of course, the irony is that they had no evidence of these allegations. TechoCon even refuted them in their own way. And now this person's being exposed for their own misdeeds. Generally, that seems how it goes. These people self-project. They self-project their own misdeeds, maybe they're even spiteful to themselves, but they don't want to face that reality, so they self-project it on someone else. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. And I'm glad I'm not, because I wouldn't want to be dealing with people like this. It would drive me crazy to try to figure out the logic behind it. Sometimes I don't think there is any logic behind it. Continuing on. Let's start at the top again. Remember, folks, Contrarian, aka Tello, is the same person who wanted to boycott TechoCon and got Vic kicked from Liberty City Comic Con. Please spread the word that this is the last person anyone should be listening to, let alone bend the knee to. Hashtag I Stand With Vic. And I also wanted to mention, I think I forgot this, if you haven't seen my video covering this story from last month, not this story, but the previous story with Montello, I'll leave a link in the description for you. Wanted to add that part. So here's a post with a little retweet here. Now the original post shows a picture of some very, very not okay things, and that's putting it lightly. Here's the picture. If you want to take a better look. And if you want to see the full picture, I'll leave an archive link of the tweet where you can see the picture without the redactions. Basically, you have this grown adult getting really close to some people who are not adults. And by getting close, I mean more than just getting close. More than that. Let's continue on. Again, if you want to see the picture, the tweet, archive link for your convenience in the description, my friends. So take a look. Take a look for that. I'll probably also pin a comment there. Kiwi Farms has been tearing this person apart for like the last 24 hours almost, since this has all been getting exposed. It is hilarious. They're doing a wonderful job. I have a few posts here that stood out. Now, there's multiple posts that stand out, but some of them YouTube would give me grief for posting. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is on the platform nowadays. But this one wasn't too bad. I just had to do one minor redaction. And in terms of too bad, I mean in terms of getting on YouTube's bad side, which I don't want to do. And I'm so paranoid about it. I feel like just saying that, the algorithm's like flag now. Like, oh, this guy's talking about not getting on our bad side. What could he be doing? Let's take a look. No, hopefully that's not the case. Let's get to this post. It reads, even if the other women aren't minors, it's the sort of video of concentrated hypocrisy that I delight in with this. Oh, I forgot to mention, we have more than just a picture. We have a video evidence of what occurred as well. Isn't that ironic? Video evidence. Somehow there's no video evidence of these horrible things that Vic has done, right? But we have video evidence of the other side doing very bad things. How does that work? And this is from like 10 years ago too, and we still have video evidence of it. How does that work, KickVic? I thought you said like there wasn't cameras back then or something, or people didn't have smartphones, so nothing was recorded. Any sort of excuse you could come up with is completely falling on its face now that we have video evidence of this. So if you want the video, I'll also leave an archive link to that tweet in the description as well. Back to this post, though, from the wonderful Farms. So it reads, pure unadulterated rules for the behavior that should be spread around to everyone on either side to show exactly what sort of people they have giving affidavits about bad behavior, which, by the way, what was that? Some other guy who gave an affidavit was actually, what was it? I forget, allegedly, I don't think he was convicted, but he was in a case where he had given false evidence or something. I forget the story. Flash covered it. If you want to take a look, you know where to find that one. Should be interesting. Should be spread around to everyone on either side to show exactly what sort of people they have giving affidavits about bad behavior, when as opposed to a hearsay statement, we have actual proof. Every con she tries to tortiously interfere with, every man she tries to cancel, should know that she's asking for standards that would get her kicked out of any con that tried to uphold them. That's just fun. So again, I think this was a great post, and it was one that was a little bit more tame, so I think it would be okay to show here. And they made great points. As we've already talked about, it's so hypocritical, it's so ironic, and it's downright disgusting. What you're looking at now is a post from the video I made last month covering Contrarian. And what she writes in this post is quite disturbing. But let me emphasize something. This is way more disturbing now. This post from last month has become way more relevant now than it was last month, because with these new alleged picture and video evidence of Contrarian doing the things that she did to those non-adults, this post just got 100 times more creepy. If you weren't creeped out already, I'm about to give you a Red Bull. We're about to put some wings on your creep factor level from Contrarian, and we're going to kick it into high gear at this post. The dark gray is from the Farms. The light gray is from the forum from 06 where the post is. Let's start from the top. There's a user on the AMV forum who goes by Redacted. He was upset that his video didn't make the finals for Anime USA 06. She, Contrarian, told him to stop whining. He said it was discouraging to not see his video being played at a con he was going to attend. She tried to talk sense into him. He was old enough to know better, and there was so much he could do there, like watching the masquerade, buying stuff in the dealer's room, and looking at cute girls in outfits that might be revealing in some ways, and those girls who are not adults. This is in Contrarian's own words, allegedly, and we have the post right here in the light gray. Let's move on to that. But before we do, I want to make a disclaimer. Like I said in the original video from last month, I just want to disclaim that I don't think the person complaining about their AMV not being played at a con was in the right either. I think that's completely childish. Like, if you're complaining to con staff that they didn't use your AMV, that's just childish. So I'm not defending that guy at all. But that's not the focus of this point. The focus of the point is on Contrarian, not the dude complaining about the AMV thing. So let's focus on that. Here's the post from 06. Reads, darn it, enough. How old are you anyway? According to your live journal, enough to know better, so you aren't bashing other vids for once. We still are tired of your whining every single time. You know, I could complain about not being able to compete at the cons I actually attend. And this is a post allegedly from Contrarian. If I didn't say that, you need to know that. It's because I am staff, and in one case run the AMV contest. Oh, look at you. Oh, ho, ho. I've never seen any video of mine played to an audience larger than the anime club at school. So I don't get that privilege. Ooh. Using the privilege word in 06. How funny that it probably became one of her favorite buzzwords in 19. Jeez. Where'd we leave off? Oh, there we go. That's why I submit to other conventions. So your vid didn't make it. Enjoy the con. Watch the masquerade. Buy stuff in the dealer's room. Look at what we just said. Cute girls in fill in the blank. literally the words right here. I already pretty much told you what they said. I got to be careful, though. And C, by chance, there's some sort of Christian group meeting in the same place that weekend and get a few laughs. So you know, while you're suggesting somebody to break the law and do inappropriate things, you also can't miss a chance to throw some shade at religion. You always got to add that in there if you can when you're a person like Contrarian. And the rest of the post reads, interact with other fans, attend panels, see the guests. There's a ton of things to do, even if you did not make it to the contest. Heck, you can watch the AMV contest, which has some really good videos, and see how people react and vote for what you enjoyed in the contest. So, isn't that disturbing that Contrarian will suggest such things when we have video proof of them getting all touchy-feely with these people who are not adults, while she is? We've been doing the math, and if the information the Farms has on Contrarian is correct, which I would be more inclined to believe that it is than it isn't, Contrarian was 19. And the other people there who took part in that, whatever that was, allegedly 14, 15 years old. So there you go. Here we have everyone's favorite super lawyer defending the acts of Contrarian. What a great look to defend the acts of an adult who was taking advantage of people that weren't. Great look, Mr. Super Lawyer. Super Lawyer in this post, we're going to go with the name T. Talking to someone named Enrique, but identifying info redacted. Again, because I'm just that nice. So T says, also note everyone in that 03 video was a teenager at that time, but they're broadcasting it as an aha anyways. Pathetic. Well, if by everyone in that 03 video, you're using the word teenager very loosely here. Allegedly, Contrarian's 19, and there's some decent proof to back that up that I can't provide in this video because that would be too personal. But it's out there if you guys want to look it up. It's pretty easy to find on the internet. You know how to do it. But the point is, this guy's trying to say that it's okay. It's okay because she was 19. Even though the law, might say otherwise, although it might not, to be fair. It also might not. But morally and ethically, absolutely disgusting, especially with the way with the way that KickVic has been presenting their side against Vic. This sort of hypocrisy is, again, part of the reason why people from KickVic leave. Your side has gotten so tiny. It's become so minuscule. It's become basically a circus, to be quite honest. Now, that said, you have caused a lot of damage to Vic's career, and that does need to get remedied. And you can still cause more damage even with your minuscule group, as we've seen with the recent convention, Anime USA? I forget the name of it. A few posts back. The damage can still be done. The damage has still been done. The damages are there. Are you going to try to make things worse with your little group? Or are you going to actually work towards building a better future? What are you going to do? I have a feeling I know what you're going to do, but let's take a look here. So Enrique says, wait, so this video is 16 years old. Please tell me the gotcha is that Ron cosplay is at least 19 in that video, because otherwise, that has got to be the weakest tea they have ever served. Looked it up, exactly 19, referring to Contrarian, which is still super watered down tea, but at least I can see the hint of flavor to it. I would side-eye a 19-year-old doing that to a 15-year-old, but it's not remotely ground-shaking. Oh my goodness, the double standards that these people have truly point out how deranged that they are. When you can turn a blind eye to someone just because you like them and they're on their side, aka Contrarian. She's on that person's side, Enrique's side. I'm assuming Enrique likes them. They're on the same side, working for the same goal. Although the goals shift all the time on KickVic. Basically, it seems like the unanimous goal is make as many lies up about this person as you can. Eventually, some might stick, and we can move on to the next target. That seems like what they were kind of getting at in a very unorganized fashion. Now, that said, I say unorganized, but that's just because it was so pathetically organized. I do think it was organized, and that would tie in with the alleged civil conspiracy cause of action that's being, sought after. So don't get me wrong. When I say that they're not organized, I'm not saying that they're not organized at all. I'm saying for trying to be organized, it just seems like they've handled things so poorly from the get-go. In such a joke of a way. But again, the damages are there. The civil conspiracy might be there. We'll see how things continue to play out. Gets a response from actually Contrarian now. So at first it was the super lawyer T, and then it was Enrique, the little KickVic person, and now you have Contrarian chiming in here, writing, it was a stunt that was unrehearsed, escalated, and I actually apologized for immediately after, and did so for a bit because I was embarrassed. And actually, it was a big point in realizing, leaning into what was often a two-hands-on culture was an issue. Right. Dude, like, I'm really gonna believe you here, as you didn't bring this up until now. Now that it's been exposed. You were very eager to not talk about this stuff and never bring it up. But now that it's brought up, you're talking about it, and for some reason your Twitter profile is also now private. Ain't that something, by the way? The final post here reads, let's just say that aging out of Chicago's foster care system didn't exactly glean perfect social skills either. Yeah, so blame it all on Chicago. It's all Chicago's fault. It's all the social skills that you lack because of the foster care system in Chicago. The foster care system in Chicago caused you to do those horrible things to those innocent people. Sure. You really want to go with that? You never face your mistakes head on and try to fix them and work towards a better future. It's always hide this, make this up, lie about that, smear that person, anything scummy, and it'll be in the KickVic handbook. A lot of love for the farms in this video. Here's another great post from there. And this person gets a screenshot of a tweet made on July 10th from Contrarian, where Contrarian wrote, oh my goodness, the irony is so good on this one. Contrarian wrote, life pro tip. If you're past high school and a 14-year-old asks you to fill in the blank, them, and they are not a relative, the answer is no. Always no, no exception. Filling in the blank is what Contrarian was doing in that video that's in the description for you to take a look at if you want. How ironic, right? Person makes a post like this saying, don't do this, never do it, no exception. And of course, they have been guilty of doing that in the past. Now, of course, people can change and try to better themselves, but we've seen the actions of Contrarian. These actions look like the actions of someone who's trying to better themselves? Or does it look like the actions of someone who wallows in their own negativity and tries to ruin the lives of other people to make themselves feel better? That's a serious question. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Before we wrap this video up, let me emphasize something. The clip, the picture, the video, whatever you look up, I suggest you do that. Especially the video, because what you saw in my video here doesn't do it justice. What allegedly Contrarian did in that clip to that person is so not okay. These people complain about Vic giving, a little peck on the cheek, right? What Contrarian did allegedly in that video, it's so further than that. Talking about your full on, I can't even say it without getting graphic. Let me put it this way. You need to see the video. Go down to the description, see the video. Go down the description, click that link, see the video there, and just watch the video. Watch the video. It's in the description there. Just watch the video. If you haven't seen this yet, my friends, we have a merch store. Only 3 listings. We got an Oksok Zon mug, representative of a motto I personally like, and it reflects on my channel there. And then we have got 2 Stand With Vic merches as well, a mug and a shirt with a simplistic design. And that's the approach I went for with the store too. I'm not going to add a bunch of merch here. Might rotate some out here and there. The only thing I plan on adding coming up is another HeroHei related merch. But I just wanted to make some simplistic I Stand With Vic merch for people that were interested in getting some and didn't have anywhere to get it. So there you go. That's the idea for that. Shirt has a few different colors. I'll just show like green. There's red. There's blue. I think the gray is actually pretty cool. If you want to take a look at the colors, link in the description. We also got multiple colors for the mugs as well. And now, some shout-outs for the wonderful people who helped promote my last video over on Twitter. Thank you for that. And this is the first video I've made in like 2 or 3 days. That's crazy. That is the most time I've taken off in months. I don't even know, guys. Shouts out to Mr. Anime343, Anthony Lamar, Omni, Brandon, Super Us? I can't see it. It's actually, I think, it looks like Hiragana, kind of, but also not. I don't think it's Katakon. I don't know what that is, actually. Interesting. Spin Master, Rakta, Paragon, Langston of Amped Celtic Wizard, Twice Baked Potatoes, Intimidator 108, and Skelekitty. Thank you all very much for your support. I'd love to see you in the Discord if you're not there already. Link in the description, open to the public, now with over 3,600 members. And lastly, if you'd like to support this channel more directly, again, we got merch, that's the option, or Patreon. Also a great option. You also get some cool perks back as well. So, link in the description for that too. I'll see you next time.
Get closer, she just said that. Can't funny, so that's a nice